The existence of Quasimodo implies the existence of Semimodo and Complete Modo. Good Tuesday evening to you, everyone. How are you? It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. I, of course, am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud and clear on a Tuesday evening. And you know what that means? That means first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons for your enjoyment. And I certainly hope you guys will enjoy it. But we're starting a little early. If you're looking at your watch, if you're checking your phone, if you're going, wait a minute, hang on, hold on a second. It's not 9 o'clock. It's not 10 after 9. What is going on here? Well, first of all, let me ask you something. Would you please be so kind as to click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications to find out about when we do our little live streams here, when I drop little interstitial newsy type videos, so on and etc. Because it would surely please the heck out of me, and I would be eternally grateful if you could do that. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to the show. And I'll tell you why we're starting early tonight. We are 1 week plus one out from the GWOC, the Great Underground Online Gaming Convention. And if you're so new here, if you are so brand new to the show, that you don't know what that means, other than it sounds like a tasty green dip for your tortillas or to go on your burrito. The Great Underground Online Gaming Convention is a convention. It is a virtual convention. It is a virtual free convention that we hold on a yearly basis, right at that door between spring and summer, where we come together to celebrate TTRPGs when we can't necessarily all get together. So it is free. It will probably remain free. Who am I saying probably? It will remain free for you guys to join. Your travel cost is $0. Your hotel costs are $0. Your convention registration cost is $0. So the candy bar you will enjoy while you watch is $0. The high adventure television show that you'll watch while you're enjoying it is $0. Those last two, I don't know. But anyway, it's free, guys. It's totally free. You can come and you can play and you can have a fine time with us. Now, I say it's on Discord. And what do I mean by that? What exactly do I mean by that? Well, let me put this up here for y'all's approval. Submitted for your approval. Submitted for your approval is this here URL. If you don't have a Discord account, and I put that up in the chat, but I'm going to put it on the screen. If you don't have a Discord account, you can follow that link. You go through the process of signing up for Discord, all 3 minutes of it. And then you can join us right on that link, either through the app. I'm a big fan of the app. I say use the app. Maybe you're going to go mobile. Maybe you're going to go over the web. Whatever works best for you, man. Or woman, as the case may be. But you go there, you join that Discord, and that's it. You're registered for the convention. That's it. It's that simple. In years past, we've done like full registration pages and things like that. One that I feel is adequately secure for your private information costs money. The free one, I don't feel is adequately secure for the con. And I kind of found the creators of it to be rather cavalier in their approach to that. When I just flat out asked them, hey, is there any way to secure this? They said, hey, look, at some point you just got to trust people and let them be administrators for the entire convention, which is kind of ridiculous because the one that costs money, I can't be a convention administrator just by being a game master. Like, seriously, it's just a couple of lines of PHP, guys. But anyhow, so you go there and that's it. You're signed up. But there's a little bit more to it. There's a little bit more to it. Let's see. Let's go. And open the con. Now, we are playing AD&D tonight. Don't get me wrong. I did not sucker you all here with the promise of playing AD&D. We're just taking a few minutes to do this, and I'm going to show you guys around the convention center, if I may. So let's share this with the 99 clicks that it takes to get over to something. I really should have like a landing page that people can't talk in that just looks kind of nice, because as it is, I've got people just hanging out in the lobby in there. But here you go. You navigate to that page, which I'm about to remove that URL. Navigate to this page and look over here at events. If you're interested, click the I. If you want to join, click the check mark. If you don't know, click the person shrugging. And there's your games. There's your games, your dates, your run times. We're doing an authors panel with Alyssa Hazel on Thursday at 7:30. We have got Heidi Gygax and Eric Garland. That's right. That is the big news that I wanted to share with you guys. Heidi Gygax and Eric Garland. They're not in the schedule yet. I've just got to confirm that. I've got the dungeon board game going. We've got the ICRPG Ghost Mountain game going. Shadow of Ilznix here. Wheeling Dragon is running so many sessions of the Labyrinth, I couldn't begin to tell you. The Creature of Rill for basic D&D. Empire of the Undying Sun being run by Yang Yan Zhao. All this cool stuff that you guys can do at the convention. And we do have merch. I'm going to share the merch link real soon with you guys. That's going to be tomorrow night. That's all hosted on the Dungeon Minister's website. Or rather on his Spring site. I shouldn't say on his website. His Teespring store. And you are actually helping out me and Dungeon Minister when you purchase some Guac merch. And the cool thing is, our store has Guac merch going back to the first one. So if you want one of those sweet, sweet Guac designs from the first ever Great Underground Online Gaming Convention, you can buy over the second, over the third. So I hope you guys will want to check that out. But that's it, guys. That's how you do. You go to the Discord, you click on events or convention events, whichever, and then you just click. You just click on something you want to play or on a panel that you want to attend. That's it. That's all. That's all you have to do. Now, the process for becoming a game master is equally simple. Tell me that you want to be a game master, or Doomsword, because actually Doomsword can do that too. So if you message me and I'm not responding quickly enough for you, all you have to do is message myself or Doomsword, and just it's one thing. Now, once you're a game master, what about the complex, difficult process of creating a game? Let me show you. Take notes, set your VCRs, get some charcoal, hold it up to your monitor with a piece of parchment and do a rubbing. It's kind of complex. Let me share this with you. Actually, it's super easy. You do slash create, enter. It's going to ask for your title. It's going to ask for your date time. Boom, done. In fact, I'm going to set one up right now. Let's see, title, artists panel with Tracy Lesh. And date time, we're going to do that on Friday. And let's see, Friday, so it's 21st, 22nd, 23rd. We're going to do that. Actually, I'm not 100% sure of the date time yet, so we're going to hold off on create. But it's that simple, guys. Slash create. Type in your game title. Type in your date time. It goes into the event calendar. Boom, you're done. You just have to be authorized as a game master by myself or Doomsword. And that's it, guys. That's it. It's that easy to do. There is literally nothing else for you to do. So we have got panels throughout the convention, games, board games, and RPGs throughout the convention. And we have got we have got all kinds of, we have got merch. And I'm really excited about this. There will be a post-convention drawing wherein I will be giving away, well, I won't be giving away, but given away to the winners of the drawing will be pre-painted 3D printed miniatures. So I'm pretty excited about that. Vinny, it's you got to be kidding me, brother. You got to be kidding me. The Discord link, just go to the Discord. So that's it, guys. That's it. That's how you do it. So I hope you will come over and I hope you will want to play. Gonzalo's out there, guys. Please join his AD&D game. He's champing at the bit to get players. Look at that. Not so subtle advertising, Gonzalo. I appreciate it. But that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. I'm going to do this again tomorrow night. I'm going to do it on Thursday night. I'm going to do it on Friday night. Monday night, I'm still in the bubble as to whether or not we're going to play AD&D on Tuesday. I think we're going to play AD&D on Tuesday. But I'm going to tell you guys about this. I'm going to start hammering on social media. You guys, it is the easiest convention in the world to attend because you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to spend any money if you don't want to. It's just simple, plain fun. And I hope that you will consider joining us for it. Because I like you guys, and that's why I do the con. A lot of you guys literally help keep the lights on around here. And I'm not going to sing any sob stories, but I am going to tell you guys this. You know, I will probably never get wealthy doing this, but all you guys do, keeping the channel like out there, telling people about the channel, you know, throwing in a buck or two for a super chat, being a $1 subscriber, all of it adds up. Okay. It all adds up, and it is really awesome that you guys do that. Whether it's just word of mouth, I see it mentioned out on social media. I see links that I drop into X or into Facebook or just mention to people in general. And I see those going far and wide. And I hear people say, hey, I caught this and this is pretty cool. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you. All right. That's enough schmaltz, everyone. That's enough, for tonight. Because tonight I'm hoping for a little more. And to that end of the party, I have got a great group of players joining us for first edition AD&D tonight. Now, the rule is for you guys out in the audience, if you're watching this, if you're new and you don't know, if you have a question for what we're doing, for how we're doing it, anything about this game, you feel free to ask. You fire off and you ask away and you say, hey, Bill, what's going on? How what exactly is happening there? And I will do my best to answer your question. If I miss your question, I promise you somebody in the gaming group will catch that and let you guys or let me know that you guys have a question. Paul Ravenscall out there. Good to see you. But if I don't catch your question, and if they don't catch your question, somebody in the audience may answer your question because I have the best looking and the smartest audience of all first edition AD&D and otherwise classic TTRPG live stream shows on YouTube. And that's a hill that I'll kill on, guys. I promise you. So they may have the answer to your question too. But I don't want you to sit there and think that this is something where you just kind of sit and stare and I'm just watching it passively. Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if you really want to know something, if you're like, no, I'm curious about what you've got going on, Bill, please feel free to ask the question. Yes, you is smart, Jorge. You is very smart. All right. I've run my yap enough. Let's go ahead and welcome our players because they're over there in the green room downing Hennessy and pistachios like there's no tomorrow. So the first player joining us tonight is an absolute just sage of first edition AD&D. If there is a new apostle of first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons out there on the web, it's this guy. He's got a YouTube channel here. He's Doom Swords or Doom's Words, if you like, and you can follow him at Doom Swords over on Twitter. Everybody, please welcome Doom Sword Deathmaster as Durek, the lawful good human paladin, as if there's any other kind. Good evening.
What's up? Good evening.
Nothing but the rent, my friend. Nothing but the rent. All right. Next up, speaking of stars of YouTube and beyond, everybody, this next guy also has a channel here on YouTube where he holds the broad front of topics that range from the hobby-centric all the way to big brain physics stuff and everything in between. This guy has been a joy to have on the program. Everybody's been a joy to have on the program, if I'm being honest. And for those of you who are fans, he will be joining us on the Friday night Gamma World live stream too. Everybody, please welcome Elminar, better known as Timothy M. Holt. He is at Timothy M. Holt here on YouTube and over on Twitter. Tim, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Bill, where you should change the tagline of your channel to, if the DM smiles, it's already too late.
It's already too late. That's right. Why, it's almost like Tim has gotten a little bit used to my DMing style. I wonder what portent that holds. And of course, a guy who he's like the Guitar George. He knows all the chords, but it's strictly rhythm. He doesn't want to make it cry or sing. Everybody, please welcome Kevin as Don Drexel, the Wood Elf Magic User Thief. Kevin!
Hello, hello.
Set your duplex to full. I heard that hello twice. And if you're old enough to get that joke, you should probably see your doctor about your annual exam.
Little you know that's part of the protocol.
That's part of the protocol.
They actually had a joke kind of similar to that in Predator as well.
I'll have to check it out. And finally, last and absolutely not least, another YouTube talent whose channel you should absolutely subscribe to. He is a multifaceted fellow, multiple disciplines, I think they would call this, because he talks about D&D, he talks about history, and tonight he's here playing the party's cleric. Everybody, please put your hands together for Thane Kyle, aka D and Disability, as Holder, the party's cleric. DK, how the hell are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm all right. Disability studies as well. I am the resident blind guy for those.
Excellent. That is correct. Thank you for reminding me of that. So, gentlemen, without further ado, let's both dungeon and dragon. Last week, you had clawed your way through the bizarre and not just a little bit dangerous traps that lay between you and the next leg of your journey, led by Durek, who seeks both justice and vengeance for his allies after his first foray into this place. You have driven ever deeper into the heart of darkness of the dungeons of the Slaver's Stockade. Now, turning a corner, both literally and figuratively, Don Drexel, you are exploring a long corridor that leads to the west. There are doors to both your left and right, north and south. However, from the distance, you can hear screams and cries of anguish echoing down the hallway. And for those of you who are curious, yes, we do have some Dwarven Forge set out. I need to adjust my lights properly. That's the one thing I didn't do. So go ahead and tell me what you guys wish to do, and we will proceed apace, as the man said.
I believe that Drexel would be interested in sneaking up that hallway and trying to figure out which sound is emitted from which direction.
Excellent. I will show you what you are currently seeing. One moment, please.
Agreed.
I will be hiding behind the paladin because I'm out of spells and squishy.
The moment combat starts, I think I'm going to start with a prayer. Since my chanting's already done. My aerial servant's gone. We have the treasure, so...
So are you saying it's halfway there?
Something like
and you're
that.
living on a prayer?
Well, you'll be living on the prayer. I don't get helped by it as much.
And if you're offended, Bon Jovi, stuff it!
That's right. If you don't like it, you can give...
offended by him?
If Bon Jovi doesn't like it, he can call Bill and talk to him.
That's right.
About it.
Yeah, Bill's technically our boss. We don't have to take his crap. Bill has to take his crap.
You know, what even happened? Like 83 to 87, Bon Jovi was awesome.
Well, he was in a halfway decent movie. Right?
Wow. Yeah.
Since
I don't
then?
know. I was always a David Bowie fan, so more so than Bon Jovi.
I think he bought an Arena League football team and decided he didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
can't blame him.
it's like Keanu Reeves once was on this interview. It was like, after The Matrix, he got really picky about what movies he did. And he was like, look, making a movie is a lot of hard work, and I've already got a lot of money, so...
I don't want to work that hard.
To be fair, I really liked John Wick. All four of them.
I think he liked John Wick too, but my point is, like, if maybe Bon Jovi had enough money and went, this is a lot of hard work and I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, you can't blame him. I mean, if I had that much money, I'd do the same thing.
Well, I know that conversation had nothing to do with me. So,
Oh, we were talking about Bon Jovi and try to get him to call you.
Yeah. All right. So, Kevin, you are looking down that hall there, and we can go to there to that view. You tell me, as a player observing things, which one works better for you. And
well, you were saying it was way down the hallway, right?
it sounds like it's coming from the far west down the hallway.
Right. I still want to listen at the door, any door on the way up, but my intent, if I don't have any reason, would be to keep going.
Okay.
If we don't have anything that interrupts that.
Alrighty. Give me just a moment here. I need to bring up the old die roller. Hey, let me ask you a favor. If you're out there watching us on X, formerly Twitter, give us a shout over in the chat. Love hearing from our friends who enjoy the live stream over there, or our enemies who hate watch. Whatever works for you. Just keep it family friendly. All right, so you are moving down the hallway, and you are going to listen at which door, because you actually have
the first right
here.
That's
first
the one.
Right. On your right.
I'm going to listen to all of them on the way up, just in case.
I'll just open the door, you sissy.
We had that once, and I got hit by a barrel, and stupid shit happened.
Tim engaging in recon by force.
I'm not the one opening the door.
From behind the paladin.
Anybody could have been hit by that barrel. At least it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Okay. Aside from the faint echoey sounds coming up the hallway, you don't hear anything through the door.
The sound of ear seekers.
What does an ear seeker sound like exactly? That's what you hear.
I hear pop, 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 pop as the ear seeker eggs hatch.
Yes.
Yeah. Which, yeah, that's disturbing. That actually happens. Not with ear seekers, but anyway.
Moving right along.
I'm going to give a low wave, letting them know not really anything here. I don't hear anything here.
Okay.
And I'm going to continue moving up, but I'm trying to move quietly just in case there is somebody causing that anguish.
Alrighty. Okay. Your feet glide noiselessly over the flagstones, and you're pausing to listen now at the first southernmost door.
Okay.
I'm asking. I'm not ordering. I'm asking.
So you're saying the one that is close to the middle of the view? Because I've listened to the one that I'm next to, right?
Yeah, the camera angle ain't so hot from there. Let me go back over here.
All right.
So you've actually got one that's only about 20 feet down on the left.
Yeah, that's... Oh, okay. I thought I already listened there. Okay, yeah, that's the one I want to stop at.
Okay. Well, you would listen to the one on the right, and I'm waving my mouse pointer over it like you or anyone can see it. You
having some trouble. Yeah.
You have already listened at this door.
Yeah, that's
and
what
now you're moving to this door. Okay.
That's correct. I could barely see that door. I guess I didn't know it was there. It makes sense.
Sorry.
That reminds me, Bill.
Sir.
If I got you a authentic needle bodkin to use as a pointer, would you use it?
Unquestionably.
Excellent. You just have to be careful not to stab your terrain with it.
I will do my best.
He didn't say he'd use it in game.
No, that's valid. But it has a nice fine point on it, so that's what I was thinking.
Good sir, my front door was secured not for my protection, but yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Hey man, I just want that jar of quarters on your coffee table. But no, I would absolutely use such an item.
Noted.
Okay, so listening at this door?
Yes, the second door on the left in this case. Yes.
There is nothing. So you're moving further to the right.
That's right.
Over to this door.
Or that's at the top of the view.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I can't believe you're doing this because, one does not simply walk into more doors.
Oh no.
I'll be behind the paladin.
Okay, again, silence. No sounds coming from that door. I'm going to go ahead and move your figure because I'm guessing how far back is the group following with Tim behind the paladin?
Yeah, I was just going to say that that as soon as he departed at that door, that's when the rest of the group will move along.
Gotcha.
That puts us about 50 feet behind, which I feel is reasonable.
A perfectly cromulent amount, sir. Let me go ahead and reposition the minis.
So a friend of mine is actually taking glider, and I keep getting emails from him going, "Well, I've controlled crashed again. Apparently, when you glide, when you fly a glider, that's really all there is. Just sort of a semi-controlled crash."
He's correct.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to break some altitude record, and I told him, I was like, if you really want to get up high, you just need a good thermal updraft, like right the same thing comes out of a volcano. And he's like, "Huh, interesting."
Gonzalo, thank you very much for the sawbuck there. I really appreciate that. I have endeavored to embiggen first edition AD&D for even the smallest of folks. All right, so let us go to tripod cam. I think that's still our best bet. All right, so you are continuing to move down the hall, Kevin.
Right.
Stopping at each door. You have two more doors ahead of you.
Are the next ones diametrically opposed?
This one and this one,
Yeah,
they're a little staggered.
Okay,
They're a little
yeah,
staggered.
I get it. Is it getting louder?
Yes, I was going to say it is getting notably louder.
Okay. Do I have any idea which side it might be coming from?
It is coming from further down the hall.
Oh, great.
You are now far enough down the hall, arriving at those two doors, that you can see there in the distance. The hall turns to the left, that is to the south.
All right, I'm going to sneak back towards the party, and we're going to decide whether we want to have these doors closed behind us before we go any further.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
It sounds like, I'll let them know, there sounds like the sound's coming from further down the hallway, not those last two doors that I can see, and it turns. So we're still ways from the source of the sound. Would you want to just go in these doors here and inspect, or do you want to hurry trying to help whoever's having trouble?
Well, to be honest, I don't think it's a matter of someone having trouble at this moment. I think it is a matter of a glamour of some sort. We do not want to leave enemies at our back.
I agree. Thus, my return. So, to the right, the door to the right.
As good as any. Paul?
I already let them know I didn't hear anything when I listened to
Paul nods and uncharacteristically grimly says, "My steel thirsts."
As is mine.
All right, so you are opening the westernmost door on the north-hand side. Is that correct?
It's the one that the rest of the party is standing in front of.
Oh, okay. You're coming back, and
I
you're
came all
okay.
the way back, yeah, because I didn't want to leave this
You
many open.
actually,
for
yes,
closed
you
doors.
said that, and
Yeah,
I apologize. So it's still on the north side, just other end of the hallway. Okay.
That's right. Yes.
Okay. So now this door does appear to be locked if you wish to attempt to open locks, which is not to say it can't be forced, just
Let me. I'll try to detect traps first, since this is trap central.
certainly.
It's 50%.
Trap Central sounds like one of those high-end cable channels that sprang up in the 90s. Viacom, just throwing everything to the wall.
Probably
Are you
Virgin
sure,
Galactic.
it
in
wasn't a
this case.
Cinemax movie that came on after the?
I think it
channels
could be
scrambled
that
there?
too. All right. So searching the door, Don Drexel is certain that there are no traps on it.
Okay, I got a 52% open locks.
You may roll it. You don't know whether or not you open the lock.
All right, that sounds great to me. 670. I hate
70,
when these
yes,
dice
70.
count. Yep, so I failed.
Yeah, and it will not. It does not give way.
Anyone else? Oh, I have that wand of opening.
You do.
I'll produce it. What the heck?
Okay.
And I'll use
Oh,
a charge for that. That way we don't have to make huge amounts of noise unless it's going to be noisy in there.
All right. Hang on one moment. And it works as basically as a chime of opening. I know there's a radius on chime of opening, and I just want to see if anything else nearby might open. So
Oh, the door's open. It's a Scooby-Doo adventure.
it's like the SNL Magic Shoes skit. If you know, you know.
Well, I'm going to be the SNL land shark. So
All right. All right.
Baby shark.
No! Ah!
I've avoided hearing that song up until today. Thanks, Tim.
We could do Barbie Girl if you'd prefer.
No,
I
we
actually know
can't.
Barbie Girl,
No,
though.
we can't actually.
That's Agent.
All right. Let's see.
I'm a Barbie girl.
All right. So it is just the one door you pointed at, and
Perfect.
clack.
All right,
the door,
I'll
moves an
mention
inch.
to Paul that it's open. And I'm going to step to the left of the side of the door.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Don't even get me going there. All right. One moment, please.
Finish him.
It looks like we're going to get the fight, I guess.
Yes, all this quiet skulkery is of naught.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to hear how bored I got at home today? Because I do need to get a hobby or something. I was rewriting the Vincent Price monologue from Thriller, but like he was a pirate.
That's pretty damn bored, dude.
I was going to do it as a TikTok
It's definitely
video.
bored. It's
as a TikTok
humorous
video.
though. I mean, there's some humor there, and it's sort of like a multi-angular.
Well, somebody asked me to take my weekend because I really don't have anything to do, and start going through all the alien conspiracy theories and take my PhD in physics and connections all over the university system to go through one at a time and just disprove all of them.
Like the real ones or the fantasy ones? Like the ones
the actual ones that are
Okay.
floating around X and TikTok and everywhere else these days.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easily done with like a day.
Yeah,
So,
it's not hard. It's
what's
just
the problem?
It's just how to do 51-minute videos about it in a day. It's all it is.
Now, here's a bit of interesting trivia. Not too many people know this, but Mortal Kombat is actually based on a Calvinist church song from Northern Europe. It's true. Finish him.
Oh no!
Boo.
Don't. That's terrible.
I'm a terrible person.
Boo.
All right. That's going to take a minute to reset. Get with it, table cam. There we go. All right. And of course, the angle isn't great, but this is what you see in the room when you open it. You people out there in the audience, don't boo me. I've seen what you people cheer for.
Minus $10,000.
Joke's on you. All that's going to do is bounce right back. All right. Finish him. All right. So, this room contains chests, crates, barrels, bales, casks, and tons of all descriptions.
How big is this room?
So this room, the camera's not real. It's not a great angle. Hang on, let me fix that up, guys.
It looks like it's 20 by 80.
To hold multiple tons, TON, right, is huge. You could drown in one of those.
No, I think he means ton as the container type.
Yes,
ton.
yes, yeah, they're huge.
They're huge. It's not thousands of gallons or anything.
Right? No.
It's
So this
like
is
160 gallons or something.
So this is a room we could rest in and get our spells back and maybe
Maybe.
heal up, because down to like 9 hit points.
Started.
To be fair, I only started with 16, so you know.
Oh, I'm not complaining. I'm just laughing that first edition plus magic user equals kind of somewhat frustrated, right? Until you're like 7th level. Where you
Hey,
have spells.
I saved you guys a couple of times with lightning bolt.
Hey,
Yeah,
so
that's what you do. I mean, that's the way to really
He is
play
like
it.
7th
You
level,
cast every spell as soon as it's available.
just cast them all at once.
Say I was smart.
All right.
Well,
Miss Ability
that's a good
table,
point.
right?
So this room is in response to our cleric. This room is 40 feet wide by 20 feet deep, and it is, as I described, it is full of all sorts of goods.
How many tons are in there?
Let's see.
Keep in mind, Bill, a ton is 252 gallons.
Yes, and they're at one end of the room. There's a rack of 3 of them. So
If it was Tennessee Ernie Ford's room, it'd be 16 tons.
In
What
a
would
dead
you
man's
get?
chest.
That was good. Well, if you want, we can roll one of those tons in front of the door, and nobody's going to get past it without us knowing.
Are you suggesting we should roll out the barrel?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm good with whatever. If you guys want to take the time, is it going to be loud? Probably.
Rolling the ton? No, you can do it quietly. Not like Ghost in the Shell silent, but like, it's not like a jackhammer or something.
You're right. So it's basically only like 1,800 pounds. So we're gonna turn that thing over on its side and just kick it over to the door and everything.
it is on its side. It is on its side.
But it's on a rack, right?
That also depends. Is it empty or is it full?
Iraq, Iran. I was never any good at geometry.
Why don't we just take the table and put it in front of the door and call it
Can I saunter instead? I don't like running.
That's fine.
You made me run.
My mother made me run once.
That's actually why I took up Hemas, because I refused to run from fights.
There you go. But yeah, you guys asking about piling stuff in front of the door.
Yes.
If that's what you want to do, you absolutely can.
Yeah, I'll go see if those tons are full.
They are. One of them's definitely got enough in it that you're getting a good solid thud out. The others both sound much more hollow.
Come on, Mage, into the vat of Momsy wine with you. You'll rest really well, I promise.
All right, so you guys are going to hole up in this room for a period of time.
He wants to get his spells back, so Elminar wants us to do what would be a full rest if we're playing a different edition.
And I would love to have some hit points back if somebody could.
Right. I have a single Cure Light Wounds to spare, and I will happily spare it.
I can have HP.
Now, who gets it? You guys have to fight over it.
Winner gets
we established I can't fight. That's
yeah. One thing I will do, Bill, is there a pot or something? With
absolutely. This is.
I'm going to cast continual light inside the pot, so we have a light source with a lid. And
nice.
Just that way, if somebody comes by, I can cap it or whatever. But that way, we have a lamp.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah, I mean, you basically got a lamp. Now you actually have continual light memorized, not just light, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically permanent.
Okay. Yeah. For those of you at home who may not know, light and continual light, as the names should imply, are slightly different spells. Continual light is basically literally a bucket of sunshine. Whereas light would be like a bright lamp, like a bullseye lantern shining in your face, kind of bright. But continual light is daylight, and it doesn't go away until it's dispelled, or the caster dies, or the caster wills it away.
Who needs who wants that D8?
I'm down half, but I think Elmore is higher risk.
Half
higher AC.
Yeah, you go ahead and take it. I'll avoid punishment.
Okay. I can prep a cure like serious wounds if I really have to for tomorrow, but I'd really not like to. I much prefer sticks to snakes. But do we have multiple people down below half or something?
I'm down 9, which is just that means I have more wounds than half, but it's not.
No, you go ahead and take it. I'll.
You sure? Because
yep,
you're much more squishy than I am.
What about the paladin and the NPC?
No, I'm down 16. Thank you.
Yeah. Paul says, "Well, I didn't want to disturb anyone, but yes, I could definitely use some succor. I am quite injured."
Does Paul look worse than Don Drexel?
Yes.
Then sorry, Don.
Jacked up. So, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Don Drexel. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, but what I will do, I'm gonna hate myself for it, but I will prep cure serious wounds tomorrow instead, and I will use that instead. I will forego my favorite spell. Okay.
And as we established in Discord earlier, I will try tomorrow to not suffer from premature prestidigitation.
Thank you.
Exactly.
All right.
So 3 points back to our men at arms.
All right.
Yes.
Paul is gratefully appreciative of your efforts to make sure that he does not die.
Here you go, Frederick.
It's Frederick.
Okay. So you guys are essentially barricading this door, correct?
Yes.
All right. So you set up your watches and you manage to rest. The items that you guys have piled between yourselves and the door pretty much preclude hearing anything, but at the same time, no one was seeming to force their way into the room. So you have plenty of rest you've gotten. If you guys wanted to rest for 8 hours, then you've gotten your 8 hours rest.
Woohoo!
So everybody else
Okay.
gets their hit point.
Yeah, let's start with, I guess, Don Drexel. Once the day rolls around here, and cure serious wounds is 2d8, right?
CSW,
In other editions it's 3d8, but I think in AD&D it's 2.
I feel like it's two. I always get that one in Potion of Extra Healing conflated in my head, and Potion of Extra Healing is different. But I think I think it's 2d8.
Yeah, because it never feels like it's worth it. All right, so Don Drexel, you heal so much your head explodes, you get 11 back.
It's 2d8 plus 1.
2d8 plus
All right,
1.
so you get 12 back.
Okay, so I'm full. You healed me 1 more than you needed to.
And I will
Well,
be hiding
I'm
behind
sorry.
you and the paladin.
Yeah,
well,
and have we rested enough to get the paladinic lay on hands back?
Oh yeah. At this point, Durek can. So there's one.
Mage.
Somebody got
Once we
one.
need it.
yeah, Mage gets 1.
All right. So, are you spending your lay on hands on yourself or anyone else, Durek?
Only if one of them guys needs it. And
Okay.
It's 12 points. So
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to waste that. I'm only down 7.
right.
Nerdy question.
Yes.
I need to confirm. Do we have detect magic on tap as far as the party goes? Can I stop preparing it, or do you want me to still keep it prepared?
I have a wand of magic detection with 19 charges.
So
And I think your scimitar detects magic too, don't it?
It detects good or evil.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think it does magic. Yeah.
okay.
Does it do magic as well, Bill?
No. It was
I'm pretty sure it was just good or
detect good or evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to not prep. And worst comes to worst, detect magic really is the kind of thing we can do
It's admin.
later.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's an
You
admin
know?
access thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
It's
it.
not super critical. So I'm gonna prep. Yeah, my usual cure light wounds and a bless, and go from there. All right. Does anybody else want more healing?
Well, Elminar still needs
No.
healing.
I don't want to waste a cure serious wounds until I need more than this. So
I already used my 1.
Yeah, he only gets 1.
Okay.
But he does
I
have
only get
cure light
one.
wounds.
Yeah, I have cure light wounds. How bad's the follower? Frank.
Paul, you mean
Herbert. Yep.
Frank Herbert? He's over there writing a book. This will be a science fiction bestseller. Paul.
It's gonna be a clone of Star Wars, though.
So I'm told. Paul is he's still looking kind of rough around the edges.
What do you think, Dooms? Do you want to heal him, or do you want me to just keep doing it?
Well, I could certainly do it. One thing that's really nice about the lay on hands is it's not like an interruptible action, right? Like casting a spell.
That's true.
So
He
that
just
can be
touches people.
used.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. And I just use my round doing that. Maybe I lose dexterity and shield bonus. Whatever.
Yeah, you would definitely lose.
Okay.
That.
Then before we head out of here, I'm going to burn 2 more cure light wounds, one on Dak and the other on Derek.
Okay.
All right. Dak gets 2. And Derek, you get not much better, I'm afraid. 3.
That's all right. Thank you.
It'll do. And that's all my healing spent for the day, all except for one. I'm keeping one for emergencies.
By the way, so to answer, because Joe Kaufman asked, Elminar, Tim's character, 6th level magic user. Durek is a 6th level paladin. Don Drexel is a magic user thief, magic user 6, thief 7, and Holder is cleric 6, I believe.
7, I think.
7. Okay, and
Dang.
Paul,
7.
Paul is currently fighter 5. But yes, we have a good chunk of time left to go. Thomas, you're in at halftime, as it were.
Wait, Thomas, did you want it to end sooner, or did you want us to go longer?
I can do that too.
Sure of that.
Hey, super chat one way or another.
That's right.
So,
I mean, a big enough super chat, and I'll play as long as these guys will stay on. Alternately,
Yeah,
a big
I'll
enough
stay on
super
forever.
chat, and I can
just so you know.
we can run roll up new characters.
I
A
don't
big
have to
enough
go into
super
work.
chat, and Bill might play with himself.
Oh, God. I don't have to go into work until 11, so I don't care.
There you go.
All right. Well, you're signed up for 12, Bill.
Oh,
No,
my.
not a special TPK edition. No. No.
All right. Tim has whittled this magic user out of hardwood himself over the last few months. He doesn't want to see it go up in flames. All right.
Well, we
So
have been successful here. Shall we stay for longer? Would that do any benefit to the group? I do not feel that a couple of hours would change the outcome. The outcome of slaying of all evil within this horrid abode.
I happen
Well,
to agree. We should
if
not
we-
stay here.
If we did stay for 4 more hours, I could completely refill my lowest level of spells, which would mean even more healing.
This is what I wonder. However, I'm open to discussion.
Oh, I think we should drive on at this point. We're pretty well healed up now.
We could always come back, right?
That's fair, yeah.
If we don't die.
We do have a safe-ish room, so.
Yeah.
Okay, then onward and
Moving on.
all right.
Moving on.
I guess.
Okay. So. All right, you gentlemen, you depart the room. Are you investigating the other rooms, or are you just heading back out?
No. We're gonna go to the next room on the left,
Okay.
across the hallway.
Alrighty then. So the
Now
lock.
I'm gonna listen again, since this is a door that we've not seen in 8 hours.
That's fine.
It's not that he doesn't trust you, Bill. It's just that he
Huh?
doesn't trust you.
All right.
It's the
You
character.
do not hear
It's not me.
anything.
It's my character. Okay. Is it locked?
Yes, it is locked.
I'm gonna search for traps and then unlock it if I can.
All right. You do not find any traps on that door.
Okay.
You may go ahead and give me your open locks roll.
50. I made it by 2.
You made it by 2. This is the lockpicking magic user, and today we've got a standard dungeon door. I'm going to use my, never mind. I've done lockpicking lawyer jokes like every week now.
But they're good. They're
all right.
good.
Yeah,
We're
so
just
you
bypassing this lock this time.
click, opens, and you are looking in.
Oh, I'm not
room.
opening it. I'm just
Oh,
unlocking.
you're not opening it. You're just
No,
unlocking
I'm
it.
unlocking it and I'm stepping the hell off the way. And gesture.
Paul?
I'll gesture to Paul as if I'm expecting something.
All right.
We're paying
So,
him to die, basically. I mean,
yeah, I mean, so Paul walks
we pay him
over,
handsomely, though.
put shoulder
I'll
to
give him
door.
everything I got.
It won't budge. That time it does. He rams his shoulder into it, and nothing comes looking at the cacophony. The room is essentially identical to the one you just left. not in a creepypasta kind of way. It's just full of trade goods.
Is there any like iron rations in there?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of food. There's chests of hardtack, sacks of jerky.
Yeah, I kind of just assumed we were eating it. I haven't marked food off my sheet.
Yeah, you know,
Okay.
small clay bottles of very dark, thick, bitter beer. But that's getting you your grains and breads for your travel too.
Okay. I'll grab a couple extra iron rations just in case.
Okay.
And
what
assuming
is your?
that nothing stops me.
Yeah, no, nobody does.
Okay.
Okay. Door on your right on the north at about the midpoint down the hall. Are you listening, inspecting, unlocking, and all that jazz, Mataz?
That's correct. Yes. It's the one I'm standing in front of in the picture, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's the one.
The lighting you guys have got on the camera and the lighting I can see out on the table are totally different. I'm actually being washed out by a lot of the studio lights. So if you indicate something on the Dwarven Forge and I don't immediately see it, trust me, I want to. All right, so listening, checking, it is locked. You hear nothing.
All right. Is it trapped?
Nah, you're sure it's not.
Okay, I'm going to try to unlock it.
Go ahead and give me an unlock roll.
13. That's an easy.
Click.
And then I guess I'll step aside for Paul's standard approach.
No, I'm just kidding. There's no ticking sound.
It just blows up.
Yeah, yeah. It's a digital timer. Beep.
There's a
beeping digital timers on bad guys' bombs in movies always cracked me up. It's like, all right, now somebody go to Radio Shack and get me a piezo. I want this thing to beep.
I want it to have lights that tell people it's on, and I want it to beep. Those
I
are
want them to know
essential
how
things.
long. I want an exactly perfect time. What? Create a fake LED timer that makes them think they've got 6 minutes more than they do. That's crazy talk.
That would be hilarious, and I don't know why they haven't done that. It says we have 20 minutes, sir. Yeah, 2 minutes later.
Bang.
Yeah. Hey, Corey, prayers up, man. I hope things work out for you, brother. All right. All right. This time, Paul is able to open the door. Seems to take him a couple of tries every time. And okay, so Paul forces the door. This room is identical to the others. In fact, I'm gonna kind of give you guys a better view of what you're seeing. Give me just a moment.
A whole series of just storage rooms.
That's like my house.
Hey, did you know why the
yeah.
Did you know why the Beholder had to go to therapy?
No.
He had
Yeah,
too
the
many
stalker?
identity issues.
Oh,
Ooh.
identity.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nobody.
It's better than Bill's
I thought-
last joke.
I
That
thought-
ain't
I thought
saying
it-
much, though.
I thought his eyes were stalking him.
Yeah, I could do it.
And you know, the nothing nobody was actually the funniest part.
I could do the Johnny Carson. Is this thing on?
yeah, yeah.
Shockingly, I'm not paid to be funny.
Just so you know, right? They're like, hey, where's the bathroom? I'm like, oh, it's to the left. And they go in there, they go, this is a storage room. This isn't a bathroom. I'm like, yes. They're all storage rooms.
It can store my pee-pee.
It's a little small for that, but got to do what you got to do.
In the medieval world, that was literally true. Once your contents left your body, they were no longer yours, and they were kept and stored to be sold.
Because you got to have that tanning solution.
Yep.
Which is weird. But it's just weird. The whole concept is weird.
Not just tanning, but also dye fixing and cleaning.
I just, I just want to know who the first person was that said, hey, this leather from this cow is not quite cured enough. Let's try to piss on it and see what happens. Because I don't think they had the chemical science at that point to say, well, it's urea, or it's because it's slightly acidic.
Well, that right. Or it's I always thought it was the ammonia, because that was one of the things they would do, is they would leave it sit in barrels so that it would actually evaporate into ammonia. The water would evaporate out.
Okay, so gentlemen, this room, and this room are all identical. They are filled with supplies, all of it fairly low quality, all of it very durable. I mean, there's hobgoblin and goblin sized suits of armor if anyone's interested in anything like that. But it is by and large fairly mundane stuff. And as you are looking into that room, and Paul, as mentioned, has forced the door. Let's see.
By large superstore, all you need and so much more.
Padding around the corner, back behind you, and you, as a group, are very surprised.
Of course we are.
There is a lone wolf walking along. It sniffs the air, kind of lowers itself, and growls. It is going to spend its first round of surprise bounding towards you.
I will to disbelieve.
All right.
This is ridiculous for like the third basement of a dungeon or something stupid.
Well, it does not go away. Reality is that which does not stop existing when you stop believing in it. So, it bounds forward. It is growling quite fiercely and looking to take a chomp out of someone. So coming from that direction, that would be Elminar and Holder.
Yep.
that it is moving up on in its first surprise segment. So now we got to see, how fast do a wolf move? So let's open up the monster manual. This matters.
So just to let you know, TK, it doesn't work in Gamma World either. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, that was such a ridiculous potential, thing that could have possibly happened, so it was worth a shot. I will very rarely ever will to disbelieve, but that was, I mean, we're in a basement, for Christ's sake. What'd somebody do, let it loose?
Apparently so.
I guess so. I am going to try and blind it, though.
Okay.
See if I can get it to go away.
Well, we'll have to see if you even get a chance.
That's after it bites you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Legs.
That's okay.
You guys are in luck. It is, let's see. It's 18. 2 segments of surprise. That's 18 feet, 36 feet around the corner to you guys. So it gets to about, rounding the corner, 10, 20, 30. So that actually, it spends all of its surprise segments. Well, I say all of its surprise segments. You guys were surprised, but how surprised were you? So yeah, it spends its surprise segment closing about half the distance. So it's now about 18 feet away from you guys, growling and prowling and moving forward. And now we're to initiative. So are you still going to cast light on it, Holder?
Unless my party's hell bent on killing it, I would rather just cast light and get it to flee.
Okay. Tim, how about Elminar?
I'm gonna back up.
Okay.
As fast as I can.
That's fine. Dooms, how about Durek?
Yeah, he'll look for an opening, assuming there's not one. I mean, that's basically what he's going to do. He's
Okay.
look for an opening to move in and attack.
All right. Paul has his head on a swivel, and he is confident that the party can deal with a wolf, but he is ready to leap either to the left or to the right to deal with whatever the threat might be. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, and Dooms, that's on you. I got a 2.
I mean, one moment.
That's okay.
Yeah, I just got to fix my dice.
All right. That's up to them, Thomas, as far as the team ability of the wolf. Party gets a 1. The wolf, you know what? He's semi-intelligent. Yeah, he's baring his teeth and growling and padding forward. However, he's now getting continual or light, not continual light, correct?
No, continual light. It's the only
continual
light.
It's
the only light spell I have.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, he hits a saving throw, which he absolutely does not make, and he is now blind. He is yelping and snapping at the air and running in circles and slamming into the wall and snarling and trying to bite someone.
I'm going to yell at it to go away.
All right.
Bad dog, no biscuit.
Okay. Tim Elminar has moved back. Paul says something to the effect of the holy light is good for many ails. Now Shu Kerr, and it now being blinded in a kind of it's growling and snapping. It's convinced that its tormentor is somewhere nearby. Bob Jester says, I reached out and pet it. That always calms them down. Yes, absolutely. And if that doesn't work, tell it it's being hysterical. And if that doesn't work, just tell it it's acting like its mother. All right. So
no.
Why not?
All right.
I'm not married, and
fine
even I
anyway.
can tell you that's stupid.
Yeah. All right. So yes, the wolf is literally at your door. So it spent that round moving. You guys cast on it. It's not going away. It is. Well, let me see. It's backing away and snapping at the air. It's not running away, but it is backing away, snapping at the air, like bringing its paw up, rubbing its face on the floor, whimpering. So JP Got Rocket says, "Give it treats." All right. So is anyone following it up as it tries to get away from the light that won't go away even when it squints its eyes shut?
No.
All right.
We're good.
He's somebody else's problem for sure. Here.
Yeah.
Okay. But did anything hear that? Racket.
It's learned its lesson.
All right. So nothing comes looking for whatever created that ruckus. You guys have a couple of additional doors down the hallway.
Yeah. I think the left one's first, right?
Correct.
We're gonna go to the left one. Listen, check for traps.
All right. Yeah, it's not trapped. Oh, and you're listening also.
Yes.
You don't hear anything. I'm
Is
sorry.
it-
I guess you could have rolled the listen roll. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Is it locked?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All of them are locked.
Wow, amazing. 50. I made it by 2.
Okay. You pop it open, and Paul says, "I presume."
Yes. Yes, you do. And you're correct. You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
All right. So Paul once again forces the door open, and in this room, the dimensions of this room are the same as all the other rooms you've been in thus far. I will go over yonder. First of all, let me get you guys a better camera shot. Give me just a moment.
It's a good thing we didn't open this door first, because we'd be confused.
That's true.
Those other rooms were nothing like these rooms.
Well. I could cast a spell that I learned about today on one of the social media sites. I cast
In the game or in reality?
in reality. I cast popcorn in your teeth that you can feel with your tongue but not your fingers.
Like the shells? Is that?
Yeah.
Like when you get a shell stuck between your teeth?
Yep.
Oh, the worst. That's the worst. That's part of the reason why I don't eat popcorn all that much.
Same here.
Yeah. What's funny is I hate that so much. I have a slight void between my number 8 and 7 molars in the back left side. And I actually went and had that void filled in. It was just natural from how my teeth were twisted.
Right?
I had that filled in so I could eat popcorn and not hate myself. Because it would always get stuck there and it would hurt. And it
Of
would
course.
hurt for days.
That's where you chew.
Yeah.
The worst.
Mm-hmm. That was worth, that was worth the filling and 6 months of recovery from it. Yeah. I tell myself that every time I eat popcorn now. Yep, this was worth it.
Well, the other bad thing is if you eat anything else, it could get stuck back there too. And then you get cavities. So
Yeah.
you got to floss the shit out of that. Not a fun experiment.
No.
Okay, how
Water
about this
picks are great though.
How about this cantrip? Elephant farts.
Hippopotamus farts would be better
Hippopotamus farts.
because it slings.
Oh god.
Get out of the way!
You just gotta move dang. You just put it in front of you, facing the enemy, and you fart first, and then let it go to attack.
I saw a really fun wizard battle thing today. You've seen them on the internet, I'm sure, where they've now cast Drunk and Drunker.
No,
I want the instant hangover spell.
hangover without the alcohol experiment.
You
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
bastard.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right? Fight me now. Go ahead, fight me when you want to hurl. Do
I
it.
cast ice cream headache
Oh, that's
That's
even worse.
without even having ice cream.
Okay, so that is the room you guys are looking into, and let me describe this room for you. Let me pull the module up.
20 by 40.
I cast Curse of the Macroid Toe.
20 by 40. And this is that room. The room appears to be a storeroom. Several crates have been pushed aside and a chest has been turned over and used as a table with a couple of casks for stools. On the overturned chest are a guttered candle in a tin candle holder and a dog-eared deck of cards. On the back wall is a torch bracket with an unlit torch in it.
Next.
Well, wait. It only appears to be a storeroom. I'm going to go in there and look at that torch.
Alrighty. What are you looking at the torch for?
Is it a lever?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Does it pull like a lever?
I don't know. Are you going to pull it?
I am pulling it. Yes. I should
All
probably
right.
detect traps first, but too late.
You hear
is there
a
a section
lilting.
of brick that looks a little different than the others?
All right, Tim, I will, since you're going in to check that out. Yes, there is. You hear the lilting, accented voice of a woman say, "Put the candle back."
Recently left us, sadly.
All right. You reach up. Yeah, I know. You reach up, you pull that, and Tim, as he does, yes, the bricks rotate out of the way. And you can now see that is a really lousy camera view. I'm sorry, my angles just sucked diddly yuck. All right, so pulling down on the torch opens a secret door.
Nice.
There is a narrow passage beyond. Let me see. Yes, it is completely unlit. It is pitch black. Your light sources shine at least 40 feet down, and this is narrow. This is a 5-foot wide hall, which shows up on D&D maps as narrow, but like the hallway in my house is not 5 feet wide. It would barely register on a D&D map. So, what do, guys?
Put the candle back.
Well, before we explore into the darkness, I want to look at these casks they're using as chairs.
Okay.
And see if there's something in them.
No, they're empty casks.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to look in this room before we proceed forward to go into the darkness?
No, but if I hear a violin playing in the distance, we're running.
Or banjo. Either
Luca!
one's seriously bad. So, yeah.
Grab Luca.
Yeah. Mrs. Glue.
Alrighty, gents. So basically in full armor, this hallway is really pretty much a single file affair.
Okay, do we want to change our order, or do you want me to still proceed in front? I'm good with either.
You go first. You're the wisest among
Asps,
us.
very dangerous. You go first.
You go first.
Okay. Yes, I'll keep going first.
All right.
I do have improvision, but maybe that doesn't help in this situation.
Yes, sorry, Wave. Yes, the angles are very non-Euclidean tonight. I'll try and get that squared away for you guys here in just a minute. But moving down the narrow passage, it only goes, giving your improvision a moment to adjust. Yeah, you can see down this hall, bare wall at the 50-foot mark.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I disbelieve.
All right.
I'm going to search for a secret passage at the end of this hall.
All righty. And you are a full elf or a half elf?
I am a wood elf, so full elf.
All right.
FOOL.
You don't find any secret doors, but of course you do have your wand of opening.
Yeah, I can. Well, but it only activates where I point it, right? So I guess I can assume it's at the end of the hallway. Could be the right or left, right? Okay. Well, anybody else in the party have detection abilities?
I mean, anyone can search for a secret door. Everybody's got a 1 in 6 chance in AD&D.
Yeah, let's do that
My
before I just
sword
start.
has sliding doors and whatever it is.
Shifting walls, sliding doors.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'll look.
What is that? Because that's on my. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a 1d6, Bill?
Yes, it's a 1d6. You locate on a 1.
I rolled a 6. The
Yeah, that's exactly the opposite of it. You are absolutely certain that there is no secret door right behind you.
Let's see. So, for dwarves, shifting and sliding is a 1 to 4 on a d6. Wow.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that it's very handy to have a dwarf in the party for.
I usually am one.
Anybody else want to search before I just start blasting?
Nah.
Okay. Well, just because I just have this real challenging consideration for this being a dead end, I'm going to point the wand of opening. I'll be about 15 foot back.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Where are you pointing it? Left, right, forward, up, down?
Forward.
Okay.
But I am going to step back. I'm not going to be right up to the wall.
All right.
I'm going to step back a few feet, right? So like 15 feet from the end.
Scrawled in Hobgoblin on this side of the wall, it reads, "Contents under pressure do not puncture." All right. You cast or you use your wand. There is a twang and a click, and you see the section of wall shift ever so slightly, as if it was pinioned on a hinge mechanism.
I'll tell the party I knew it. I knew it. So I'm going to approach and listen before I push it open.
All right.
Since no one could get in front of me without it being a twister game.
Yeah, you don't hear anything.
All right. I'm going to see if we can push it open. Does it slide or does it?
It rotates out.
Okay. So it just unhinged and that's what caused it to. Okay.
Completely unhinged.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So give me an open doors check, please. That's a D6 roll.
All right.
It is a heavy stone door. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's not even a door.
What is your open doors check?
Let's see. It is 1 to 2.
1 to 2. Yeah.
I'm going to try it again. Since
all right.
Not trying it again means somebody else. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try it one more time. Yeah, I have him. So we're going to have to do... Who's thin enough to get by me that could take a hit?
Paul.
Paul trudges down. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Is that a banana in your pocket?
No, it's a poignard. Shove. Okay. Out in the hall. You are at the corner of the group of rooms that was just before you guys entered the chamber. Basically, well, I'm gonna have to give you guys a bit of a camera view because it's a secret door, it's a secret passage. I feel like you should know where this is at just to get a handle on it. So pardon me, just a moment, fellows and viewers.
never played Twister with a gelatinous cube. Well, I mean, I did this one time, but I was on leave when I was in the army, and there were some chicks there.
In the cube.
They said it would be fun.
Mimics are also not fun to play Twister with.
Alrighty, gentlemen. Okay, so here we go. The secret passage leads from here to here in a straight line. Basically, it opens into this section of hallway, which, of course, will very conveniently be a shortcut from where you are now back to the exit, should you elect to retreat in that direction.
But we have explored all that on that side.
Wait,
yes.
The DM is smiling. I need to see.
Mr. DeMille, it's time for my close-up.
Oh, no.
So I'll tell him, hey, same as it ever was, and say we should probably go back the other way. This is just back to the entrance, unfortunately.
Okay.
Well.
All right, so you're making your way up the hallway. There is only one more door.
I do want to clear that I am examining the doors to make sure I know how they open.
Yes, and to the south, the mechanism is just a simple metal wedge that is somehow fastened to the bottom of the door. You lift up on it with your toe, and it lets the door swing out. And the door to the north is a bit more complex in that it is the torch that opens and closes.
Bill.
Yes.
This is I didn't want to interrupt anything.
Oh, that's all right.
Back like at the start of all of this. Like the start of the investigation of this.
All right.
Can I have started chanting?
Yes.
Start working toward that 10-minute timer?
Absolutely.
Because my character's not been doing anything for like the past 5 minutes of investigation.
Took them about a turn to do that. So, I mean, because there was...
The chant would just now be taking effect. Okay.
Tim spinning around searching. Paul taking a couple of cracks at opening the door. The cautious journey down the hall by the party's magic user thief. All of that entailed about a turn of exploration. So, yes, you got your chant going on.
Excellent.
Alrighty. So, you're heading back out in the hall and going to the next door along to the north there, yes?
Yes.
Okay. The screams and cries of the injured are ever louder here. And let me see if that's already got a good angle on it. It sort of does. I'll have to tilt the camera down a little bit, so pardon me for a moment as you guys go in. But you're listening at the door, yes, Kevin?
Yeah, absolutely. Same sequence.
All right.
I'm like the Catholic at the beginning of church.
You do not hear, and you are certain it's not trapped.
Is it locked?
Yes.
They all are locked. And, well, I failed both times.
Either one of those would have been a flat failure.
Yeah.
So, yes, it does not.
All right, I'm going to try my opening it, wand of opening it, because that's all I got.
All right.
Nobody else can open locks.
Okay, Meng, I opened the door for you. Sorry, that was the wand of opening. Hang on a minute. Hold on just a second, guys.
Been hitting the tequila on a Tuesday night there, Bill?
No, I learned back in college, Tim, to stay away from tequila. Yeah. As the rhyme goes, 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor.
I have a tequila theory that there's two kinds of tequila drinkers: those that still do, and those that have a very specific reason why they never will again.
What's funny, Tim, is you might actually confirm this. I have a running theory about PhDs, which is every person with a PhD I've met, it has fundamentally augmented their brain in some way, shape, or form. How did yours change you? Like, how did it change your ability to socialize? Did you take up day drinking? Like, what changed pre to post PhD that wasn't academic?
It made me believe people with PhDs who use that to bolster everyone's opinion of their intelligence were absolutely full of crap.
Mood. Because a lot of it's money and time.
Mine's in physics, Thomas. It's funny, especially when I worked at MIT. It was like, who cares, really? It's all the coursework with a project, right? And if you've got the coursework and you got an industry and you spend 5 years or you the equivalent of, sure, you literally have to like publish one paper before you graduate in some referee journal or something. I had 6, so do I qualify for 6 PhDs? Or it's stupid. It really kind of just shows that you can jump through a series of hoops. And I've only found 2 real uses for it. One, when you're looking for a job, it does bump you to the top of any stack of resumes, especially when it's in physics or something. And number 2, when you leave a message someplace as Dr. Imholt, they will call you back really fast.
Okay,
so
gentlemen.
The only thing that changed was your perception of PhDs, nothing about your habits.
I don't know. I was Army beforehand, so I didn't go straight into school. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, gentlemen. So this room sound like what's her name? And it sound like Mulan and Mulan. I have a description. It's a good one. This room appears to be a storeroom. It is piled high with barrels and stacks of furniture wrapped in burlap and rope. The furniture in this room seems to be of good quality, but it's seen a lot of use and is mostly in need of repair. In the northeast corner, there is a wardrobe. You're not sure what the barrels contain. In the west wall of the room, there's some goods piled up. There's a stack of empty barrels is what's piled up on the west wall. So there you guys go. If you want to examine that room.
This is one of the cases where, with furniture this used, you're very happy that you're not playing second edition where you have ultravision.
Yikes! There is actually, I think Doomsword and I like sorted this out. And I think it was Doomsword who made me aware of it. There is exactly precisely in all of the monster books, including the monsters listed in Deities and Demigods, there is one thing that has ultravision. It's mentioned in the player's handbook. It's mentioned in. I'm sorry.
There are 2 of them.
There are 2. Okay.
There's a bone devil and an ice devil.
Yeah.
Really? From the original monster manual.
Yeah, all of those creatures, and there's 2 monsters in the entirety of first edition AD&D that have ultravision. No races have it, and no other monsters have it.
Well, even in second edition, no races have it, only monsters do.
Okay.
But,
I think it was erased in second edition.
That's weird. I did not know there was actually monsters with ultravision.
Yep.
In first edition, anyway.
Just 2 devils.
Interesting.
It doesn't make sense.
So I guess what's the difference is that, well, I guess it gives them like predator vision in the sense that they can track not just where you are or what you look like, but everywhere you've been or where you've touched.
Well, yeah, I mean, the DMG lays it out really nicely. It's basically ultraviolet bombardation upon the Earth. And the creatures can see starlight, and that it can use starlight to make their vision basically become twilight in darkness.
Yeah, it is essentially the difference between ultravision and infravision is if you know your way around military stuff, it is low light TV versus FLIR, forward looking infrared. Those are the differences. So room, barrels, stuff. Gentlemen, what you do?
So it's stuff, but it's large stuff.
It's about the same stuff that you've seen before.
There's
with the
gotta be
noted
something in these rooms.
with the noted exception of the wardrobe. There's not a wardrobe in any of the other rooms.
Okay, I'm gonna listen at the door of the wardrobe.
It sounds exactly like a wardrobe.
No Mr. Tumnus or anything. Okay.
It's yeah. Yes. Welcome to wardrobe. I should have rolled that. I shouldn't have rolled all that. But yes, you listen, and there's nothing.
All right, I'm gonna check it for traps, and then I'm gonna roll dice, keep rolling.
All right. Well, the good news is the mimic isn't trapped.
Yeah. Well.
Oh shit! Did I say that out loud?
Well, I just checked for traps, and I successfully found a trap. If it's trapped, if the trap is mimic, then yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, either way, you found it.
Yeah.
Well, let's go with some food and try to talk to it.
It is neither a mimic nor is it trapped. It is locked, however.
Okay, so I got to try to open it.
All right.
I'll tell everyone, stand back. This could be dangerous.
It's okay. He's a limo driver.
13.
Click. The simple brass lock gives way under your picks and your hooks.
All right, I will open it and look in, horrified by the extra dimensional space.
There are 3 chests of wood. They have simple latches that you just you know, like literally iron hook latches on them.
Like,
but otherwise,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to check for traps, even though they're simple.
Okay.
Because I'm not that simple.
The ray of enfeeblement trap on here will ensure that you are. Yeah, you don't find any traps.
Okay. I'll say there's 3 chests in here for those that can't see it, and I'll attempt to open the first chest.
Yeah, it just opens up. There are old clothes that are clean, and they are neatly folded.
I'm gonna take the clothes out and tap on it to see if it has a false bottom.
It does not have a false bottom. However, as you're taking the clothes out, you note that there is a mother of pearl stick pin on one of the cloaks. Very fetching, and it might fetch a nice price.
Is the clothes that it's on valuable as well, or just the pin?
No, they're just your average traveling type clothes. Better made than stuff for hobgoblins.
There's a lot of opportunity for success there. I'm gonna take the pin and let the party know, hey, minor treasure, but treasure nonetheless.
Okay. While he's doing all this takes probably an entire turn for him to do. What are the rest of you doing in the chamber or out in the hall?
Chanting,
right. Observing. Tim, Elminar?
I am observing, and if he takes too long, I'm going to scream, "Hey, slavers, come get us. We're down here."
Tim's itching for some action. And I dumped yellow mold on him, and he was just itching. All right. Paul then is keeping a careful watch also. But that's all you find. Same thing. No mother of pearl stick pin, but worn but nice clothes, neatly folded and stacked, and same in the third chest.
Okay. Well, too bad. Wonder why they locked this up.
All right.
I don't behind. Is there anything behind the wardrobe? Can I slide it out?
It
From the
is
wall?
very, very heavy. Give me a Ben Bar's lift gates roll.
Oh, yeah. Well, my percent for that is 4.
Oh,
Just to let you know,
that's fine.
since I'm so massively strong, and I got a 30. So
All right. Yeah, it doesn't budge.
I'll ask Paul and Durek. I'll say, hey, I'm just wondering if there's stuff behind this. Seems like it's weird.
Well, then let us tip it.
All right. Yeah, Paul walks in and just kind of grabs the open door, just grates across the floor. There's nothing behind it but dust.
Damn. Put it back with the doors facing the wall. Just because that's what you get for wasting my time.
But
Oh.
if you look underneath the third flagstone in row C, you will secretly find a pearl necklace.
Shoves it. Paul does as you wish. He's like, yep, whatever. Rotates it around, shoves it in the corner.
That'll teach him. Now we need some beds to short sheet. All right. Well, I mean, there's no other exit in this room, right?
No, you don't see anything. Like I said, the barrels on the west wall, the various crates and stuff. That's about it.
Do you guys want to go through these the barrels and crates?
Paul shrugs his shoulders and walks over there, and he's like, "These barrels are all empty."
Oh,
I have
so
no
they're not
interest.
even worth searching. Well, let's go out and back around the corner where we have yet to explore.
Alrighty. Back around the corner.
You said it goes to the north. Is that the north? Turns northward?
No, it doesn't. Well, wait a second. I got to look at my map. How my table is arranged and how the map is oriented. No, the corner goes south.
Okay, south. There you go. Exactly the opposite way I was thinking it went.
That's fine. All right, so
I'll do the 30-foot, front of the party.
All right. Well, it's going to be kind of hard too because 20 feet down there is a door.
Oh.
I will reposition the camera, give you guys a look.
There it is. Perfect.
I didn't realize I'd left that camera on. Well, there you go. You guys got to see the rearranging of stuff in living color, a little peek behind the curtain, as it were. So you don't, Kevin. Yeah, Don Drexel doesn't have to listen at this door. There are screams
Okay.
of pain.
This is the door.
It is, yes.
All right.
You're
Is
getting
it
an echo
locked?
flux. You don't see a lock.
Okay. I'm gonna step aside and say, I guess this is where the pain starts. And I'll step back. See if somebody can open it.
I also, unironically, like, can we appreciate that we just if this is an actual person being tortured, we just made them wait like an extra half hour just so we could search some closets.
You did that.
We heard that was a possibility at the beginning, right? But you're right. And when you're right, you're right. We just didn't want to get stuffed from behind.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll step back and ask Paul / or resident door opener.
All right. Paul strides forward and says, the screams, this will be a good thing to do. He grabs the door and attempts to open it. It won't budge.
Hump.
He leans into it again. Still won't budge. He grabs it and drags on it a third time. Now he yanks it open, and the tableau that you see looks like it is from hell itself. So you look into the chamber. It is lit by a hellish light. You're looking down into the chamber. There's a short flight of stairs in front of you. Flanking either side of the stairs, there are what can be described as troughs, almost, to the left and the right. In the center of the chamber are gathered goblins standing around a table. You see cleavers and red hot pokers and sharpened tongs come down, plying their awful trade on poor victims that are bound to the tables. One of the goblins in the rear of the room is laughing madly and pulling on a rope that's causing a great candelabra to sway back and forth, further and further and harder as you watch this. So, gentlemen, let's get our intentions declared in the last few minutes that we have. And I will ask you guys to wait for just one more minute so I can unveil the room, because it is lit and you can see it all. So let me get that set up. All right, gentlemen. Bosch himself could not have come up with a more hellish vision than the one before you. The flames from the candelabra hanging from the ceiling as it sways back and forth as the goblins pull on it, the coppery stench of blood, the groans and screams of their victims as they lay on the tables before you as you look down in the room. Now, I want to point a couple of details out before we do anything. The two trough-like structures are here and here. The stairs go down into the room. Here's a group of goblins in the center. So, folks, that is what you see. And that is where we're going to pick it up next Tuesday evening. I want to thank all of my players for joining us tonight. Big shout out to Doomsword, to Tim, who was having some Echoplex problems. Tim, are you? Is your audio better, sir? Nope. Still echoing. Thank you very much, Kevin, and thank you very much, Thane Kyle, for joining me tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, everybody. Big shout out to you all. Thank you for stopping by. And that is where we're going to call it for the evening. Remember, no matter how bad things get, at least you're not having to deal with the dreaded owlbears. Peace. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Mean it.
Have you seen my owlbear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owlbear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.